What's up, everybody? It's your boy Greg. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Just leaving the office, driving home in this bad weather. It's raining. I was thinking earlier today about something that I did about 10 years ago. 10, 11, 12 years, something like that. That makes me feel good inside. I saved somebody's life that was having a heart attack. And I tell you, that feeling makes you feel good inside, that you help somebody continue on with their life. It's just a good feeling. Very good feeling. So I'm going to tell you about this. I'm going to tell you about what happened on this day that I saved this guy. That was a friend of mine. Real good friend of mine. We haven't talked in a few years, but we were close for a long time. This happened at work early one morning. Let me get into how me and him were close and how I knew what to do. It all makes sense once I explain it all to you. So I started in logistics, 26 years ago when I was 20 years old, almost 21. In that range, I'm 46 now. But I was working for a company. I only had like 4 employees. I was the 5th. This guy came on right after, probably 6 months after me. He was like a older brother, well, second dad, I guess you could say. I think he's like 15 years older than me, maybe 20. In that range. Anyway, we got real close with each other. We go to lunch together. Back then I was in real good shape. Worked out every day. Went to the gym 4 a.m. every morning. Worked out with my dad all the time. Anyway, he'd bring me over to his house, and he'd have me lift statues in his yard, move stuff around, go on vacations together, stuff like that. Getting to what I was trying to explain is, me being around this person all the time, I knew he had a bad heart. He had a few mild heart attacks prior to me meeting him. So I knew from speaking to him and his wife that he had a bad heart and that he took nitrogen pills. Well, he had nitrogen pills if something ever happened, when he was out or at home, whatever, and his heart, he started having a heart attack or anything. We knew to put a nitrogen pill under his tongue and it would help him. Now, he couldn't do it because if he's having a heart attack, he can't even move. He don't know what to do. So whoever's around him would be doing that for the most part. Anyway, we were close. Like I said, one day I was at work. Me and him I got to work like 5:30, 6 a.m. every morning. And he would come in, 6:30. Me and him were the only ones in the office all the time. Every single day, we were the first ones. I was the first one. He was the second one. That's just how it was. I still work that way to this day. Actually, I get in at like 5 a.m. every morning. I'm a manager. I've been a manager for a long time. I'm a manager at another company. It's a smaller company. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject here. So anyway, me and him were at work one morning. He comes in. I say good morning. I'm on the phone, selling freight. And next thing you know, I hear he's in an office and I'm out on the floor. But it was just me and him. And the TVs are on, phones are barely ringing here and there because it's so early. But I could hear him. If he goes, hey, Greg, hey, come here real quick, or hey, I got a call, or whatever. But that morning, I was on the phone, and at that time, another person had showed up, came in early. Anyway, I hear like a thud on the against the wall, and I didn't think nothing of it. I couldn't see back there where I just heard the thud, and next thing you know, maybe 5 seconds later, I hear Greg, trying to say my name. It was like a Greg, and I was like, oh shit, that's John. So I jump up, I run back there, and he's on the floor, hunched over, like he tried to. I guess he knew what was coming on, and he tried to walk out to me, and he fell. And anyway, I go up to him, and I immediately knew it had to be his heart. So after being around him all these years and knowing what needs to be done, I go up to him. And I'm like, John, I smack him on the face, and next thing he's not responding. He's just looking at me. Oh, yes. And I'm like, I say, where are your pills? But I'm just saying it out loud. I know he can't tell me. I check his pockets, not there. I get up to the desk. Boom, there they are. Unscrew his little thing. Metal container, hook to his keychain, grab a pill, open his mouth, put it under his tongue. Within a minute of him yelling my name, he had a nitrogen pill under his tongue. So, and at that time there was, like I said, another person in the office. He had called 911. So I grab his phone, I call his wife right after I put the pill under his tongue. I'm like, hey, just letting you know, your husband, fell down. I believe he's having a heart attack. I already put a nitrogen pill, as we had spoke about before, many times. She goes, okay, great. She goes, actually put another one under there just to be safe because they're older. So I did that. And paramedics show up probably 10 minutes later, and they're asking me, hey, so what happened? What did you do? I told him, within a minute of I hear him yelling my name, Greg. I put a nitrogen pill under his tongue, and then I called his wife, and his wife wasn't there yet. She had to leave out work to come, and she told me to put a second one, so I did. And the paramedic's like, you shouldn't have done that. I'm like, are you serious? Like, what are you, a heart doctor? I'm doing what his wife told me, and the man's alive because of what I'm not saying he would have died, but he could have had a stroke. He could have died. He could have been in bad shape. You never know. Anyway, during that whole time, my adrenaline is just pumping, and that feeling, gosh, I don't think I've ever had another feeling like that. I mean, it's like crazy. It's like you just feel like Superman, It just feels, and it felt so good to help a friend out and still around, living his life, and that's all because of me being there and knowing what to do, because like I said, we talked about it all the time. If it ever happened, I knew what to do. But if you're ever in that situation, sometimes people freeze. I mean, it happens. People freeze and just don't know what to do because they're freaking out. But I'm just glad that God gave me the will and the power to think and help my friend out, and he's around today because of that. Now, he did tell me that he went to the doctor, and he went to the hospital, of course, and then he saw his heart doctor, and the heart doctor told him that if I hadn't given him that nitrogen pill, he could have died, and it could have been, if not died, been in really bad shape. Maybe not able to walk, talk, you know how the heart is, guys. But when he told me that's what the doctor told him, man, I felt so good. It's just a good feeling. I believe me, I don't ever want to have to do that again, but I'll help anybody that needs help. I'm just saying, I don't want to see anybody hurt or going through anything like that in life. I want everybody to be healthy, live a long and happy life. But anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you. It's just something that's been on my mind ever since it's happened. And just thought I would share it with you guys. Anyway, hope everybody has a good rest of their weekend. And be productive at work throughout the week. And just live life to the fullest. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.